Hey, Chef. Hi, Jard. How are we? Everybody's early. Do we all get the PDFs? Do we get the PDFs, guys? I want to loosen up a little bit. Where's my timer? Just until all right, let's I'm going to loosen up a little bit for a little while, and as soon as it starts populating, I'll start the lesson. Looks like it's populating really quick. We have Hoist, Mike, who is this? Mike Shamil? Is that how you pronounce it? How are you? Welcome. Everybody give Mike a nice welcome. You don't have the PDFs. Hello, Robert. Well, I got a glare over here. Okay, Mike, welcome. And if you want the PDFs after the lesson, email me, I'll send them to you. Now, I guess I'm not going to warm up anymore. Let me move this out of the way. That's better. There you go. All right. Now, Jar, do you have the table of time? Joe Morello's table of time? Because today we're going to be working with 6s and 5s and 4s. Okay, 5s and 4s. So let's start. First off, I'm going to play a single paradiddle in 16th note formation like this. And then after that, one more measure, an additional measure of double paradiddles. And a double paradiddles I think of as a grouping of 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1 E and a 2 E and a. Yeah, all right. Well, we're waiting for a couple more people. All right. Yeah, well, um, let me explain. Is line 1 the same as line 2? Hey, it was a typo. Sorry about that. Everybody makes mistakes. But then another thing came at me was, huh, I got the same exact lesson from Joe Morello. I said, well, then he got it from me. Okay? He got it from me. And what I used to do when I used to go see Joe, and there was like on and off, you know, I'd be on the road. I have to stop for a while because financially I couldn't afford it and blah, 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 and all that good stuff. So on and off for 30 years. So there was a point or a time, and you'll see when Stephen Forster and Alan Herman and Jeffrey Johnson come back and we do a few more broadcasts. You know, the fun was with Joe. I said, well, yeah, you could do the stick control book and paradiddles. He goes, all right, Patella, try it like this. You know, we used to fool around like that. So what I see now is in master studies too, I'm not saying that, you know, anybody robbed anything because nobody really owns anything. Yeah, there's laws for copyright nonsense and all that bullshit. And I'm not selling it, I'm projecting it. And I'm sharing with everybody what I learned from the master, Joe. And I don't think that's a bad thing. But man, you know, I'll come back at you. If I'm lying, you're gonna catch me. If I'm telling the truth, you're in trouble. Anyway, the double paradiddle. How many guys here, you want me to slow this down, how many guys here don't know how to play the double paradiddle with the first accent on each stroke? Now we have gone over this with the Buddy Rich book and a few other examples in the rudimental things. Does everybody understand how to do the double paradiddle? From the Buddy Rich book, it's presented as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 4 is an upstroke. Why is the 4 an upstroke? Well, that's to get in position for the accent. Now there I'm not counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I changed the count. I'm counting 1 and 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now the way I count the single paradiddle, and for this particular exercise, is a grouping of 4. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I'm going to set the metronome. Now, you guys don't have to do this yet. I just want to give you an example. All right, man, that's too fast. Let's hit it about 110. That's my pulse. 1, 2. I'm going to do single paradiddles. Doubles. That's a little too fast. I got to loosen up. Let's go to... Let's try that. 1. I'm doing 16ths 4 times. 1 E and the 2. Now there's the double. Does everybody understand how I'm doing that? I'm doing actually the groupings of 6 in the table of time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and double paradiddles. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's a grouping of 6 to the quarter note. Does everybody understand that? The single paradiddle. Oh, yeah, boonga bunga. Okay. So you have the PDF sheet on formula number 47. Number 47, the R is equal to single paradiddle, or the left could be the single paradiddle, or the R could be the double paradiddle. Depends on where it falls, what lead hand. So if I took line 1, right, left, right is a single paradiddle. All right, now I'm on 2. So I'm going 2 and 2 and 3 and. Do we understand that? You understand? Well, here's a good exercise. You know, find yourself a tempo. I'm not loose right now. And do one measure of singles then doubles. Now let's find a tempo for that one. That's so what you want to do, I'm doing singles, and that's at 90. Now I'm going to do double paradiddles. Back to singles, doubles, singles, doubles. Now, I would recommend, you get the feel, how you doing, Paul? I would recommend, if you feel that, you can feel one measure of a single paradiddle and one measure of a double paradiddle back and forth. What I would do, okay, is stay with the single paradiddle up to 3. 1 E and 2 E. 3 E and now when you get to 4, a double paradiddle. 4, Then you got a right hand lead, a single paradiddle. Let me do that with the metronome. Single, 3 singles, 1 double. I'd rather just sit there and work on 88, the single the double paradiddle. Let me lower that just a little bit. Man, this air conditioning really tightens your hands up. All right, the double paradiddle. 2. Let's do the table of time first so I get the feel of this. 1, 2, hold it. Oh, my God. This old age shit needs to stop. All right, the table of time. 1, 2, second line. It's 2 measures each I'm doing. 5. 6. I did that as double paradiddles. Hey, Stacy, how are you? All right, so you want to loosen up a little bit doing the table of time. Seth, is anybody having trouble making a transition from quarter note triplets to eighth notes? I got a couple tricks up my sleeve if you'd like to know. Even up to 4. Hey, Michael! Paul, guess who's here? He just got off the road. Now, Michael's doing better now. You feeling better, Mike? All right. Anybody having trouble making the transition, say, from quarter note triplets to eighth notes like this? Let me lower that. Like, anybody having trouble? What's this, Jimmy? Again? Thank you. Thank you, Jimmy. Why do you leave out the 5 strokes? All right, let's talk about the 5 strokes. I've had, colorful relationships with the students and the groupings of 5. You know, hold on, guys. Let me just get that. Nah. It's a telemarketing call. I forgot to take the phone off the hook. Let it ring. Sorry. telemarketing. Okay. I had a colorful thing with these guys with the table, the groupings of 5. I guess somebody, now you have to remember, here's the pulse. Now, I'm playing quarter notes. What I need to do now, and first you may want to do this without a metronome. You're counting 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was one grouping. Now in the opposite starting position, because the next one's going to lead to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get that, Jard? So what you need to do, you do the 5s for a long time. Then set the metronome. 1, 2, 3, zap. Get it strong. And you keep practicing it over and over and over again. Now, the one transition is the 5s to the 4s. If I'm doing 16th notes, now 5. Now 5 again. 4, 6, 4. Ah, come on. That's 4s. I'm like, whoa, Matt, slow down. I'm going to do the 4s as alternating strokes. One measure of 4s, one measure of 5s. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 5. 5. I got lost. All right, let me concentrate here. This is not easy to talk and do this. 4s and 5s. 3, 4, 5. 4. Back and forth for a long period of time. Everybody needs to practice. That's pretty slow, man. 3, 4. Five. 5. All right. Now, what I'm trying to get at is, let's say you're doing the 4s for a period of time. We're doing 4s. That's 1 E and the 2. 3 with an accent on the first stroke. It's down, tap, up, down, down, tap, up, down. Down, tap, up, tap. Metronome. Down, tap, up, tap. 1 E and the. So you get that going in tempo. You see, you feel good with the 4s. Now, just do, say, 100 measures, 3 measures, 10 measures, whatever you want to do of the 4s. 1, 2, 3. Then, let's say I've been doing this for maybe a minute. Now I want to hit 1 measure of 5s and then back to the 4s. Just stay on the 4s, go to the 5s. So what you're doing is you're not working off the sheet. You're actually doing a grouping of 4s for as long as you like, and then maybe 1 measure of 5s, or maybe even 1 beat of 5s. 1 downbeat here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. On the count of 4, I'm going to do the 5s. It does a turnaround there. So you get the feeling of it, okay? Does everybody understand that? Now, what I would highly recommend is working at the table of time. What I wanted to show everybody, and it's just a different way because I use this technique or this approach because there is a transition that's a little strange from quarter note triplets to eighth notes. So we got 1, 2, now the quarter note triplets. Now, a lot of people just can't feel that. So I come up with an approach that I could take, with this approach, I could take you up to 4s. But the 5s, you got to do it yourself. Now, when I'm counting at first, you know, because I've been doing it for 1,000 years. If I'm counting up to just quarter notes, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4. That's simple. Okay, now, if I count, break that count up to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to open up the count. I got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is a quarter note. I'm going to open up the count a little bit more. I'm going to go 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, and 1 and 2 and 3, and 1 and 2 and 3 and. I still played quarter notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 1. 2. You understand where I'm going with this? Okay, now I can open up the count. Now when I go, okay, I could open up a little more. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stay with 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and, okay? So now I did the quarter notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 3, 1 at a quarter note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. I made a mistake. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 2, 3. That takes me to the quarter note triplet. So I'm going to do it again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Quarter note triplet and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and the best quarter note. 1 and 2 and 3, now the quarter note triplet and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2, 3, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Do we all understand that? Did I get shut off? Am I still recording? Guys, help me out here. Now, when I get to the eighth note, if I'm going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and here's where the transition gets screwy. Everybody's going 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and they have a problem, okay? What is that? They have a problem making the transition from the quarter note triplet to the eighth note. So if I was playing the quarter note triplet, it would be counting 1 and 2 and 3, and it would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. By me counting that way, can you hear the quarter note triplet? 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 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 and. Now when I get to the eighth note, what that is, it's 3 against 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play quarter note triplet line. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1. Do you hear that transition from the quarter note triplet to the eighth note? What I'm doing is I'm subdividing that. That seems to be a downfall for some people. Everybody said to me, "How many ways can you do sixes?" I have no idea. I don't, it's not limitless. It's, there's the laws of what's that, the probability? Who knows? I do sixes a couple different ways, and we're going to go to the sixes and fives again. The fives are simple. Stay with the fives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get that going on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, it's not good to see the click. I mean, at times that's okay because you have a flashing light. But you have to train yourself to listen to the click because the click is like your band or the bass player. So what you want to do is practice counting. If I put it on 70, okay, now it is ticking. There is I don't know, can you see a red flashing light, guys? I don't know, can you see that? Anyway, don't matter. I don't follow the flashing light. I listen to the sound. Now, here's a way to count without even playing. I'm going to count 16th notes and groupings of 5. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E, 4 E and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 E and the 2 E, 3 E and the 4. Now I'm saying what I'm doing. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Now, you got to learn how to get that inside of the pulse. Here's my pulse. Now, what you want to do is make up your own routine. Say, do 2 groupings of 4, 2 groupings of 5. Once you feel it, what is this? Okay, so I'm going to do 4s and I'm going to add a 5 once in a while. I'm accenting that. One measure each. Now you get the feel, moving around without looking at anything, okay? At the sheet. So, you do 2 groupings of 4, 1 E and the 2, then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's actually line 2. Line rather 3. I'm doing 2 groups of 4, then 5. 4. It's hard to count this, man. When I'm It's not about, at this point, speed. It's about making the 5 strokes equal distant to the quarter note, making the 4 strokes equal to the quarter note. Now, once you hang out with the 4s and the 5s, do single strokes with the 6s. Hit the 6s. I'm counting 1 and 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So now I'm doing 6s. So I'm going to go back to 16ths, one measure. Now grouping to 5, 6, 4, 5. Now before you even attack what I just told you, I mean the PDF sheets, what you want to do is do what I just did. Make up your own. All right? One measure of 4s, one measure of 5s, one measure of 6s. Now I'm doing them in alternating strokes. Now, like I said before, somebody asked me, how many different ways can you do groupings of 6? Well, I don't know. I never counted them. I just do them. Or groupings of 4. Well, man, there's the stick control book. Look at all the variables, all the variations. So I stay with singles, and I say, okay, I'm doing singles. 1E and the 2E and the 3E and the 4E and the. Or I'm going to do it in doubles. That's line 3 of stick control. Or I'm going to do paradiddles. No accent. That's line 5. See, look at all the probabilities you have, or extended combinations. Now, the 5s, you don't want to go into the paradiddle yet. You don't want to go into the doubles. Or you don't want to put accents. Just play the 5s the way they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. See how I get that upstroke in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. And the 6s, no problem. All right. Now, you got to, like I said, you got to do the 4s, the 5s, and the 6s. Now let's talk about the 6s. I can play it as alternating strokes: 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Or I can play it as doubles: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Or I could play it as a double paradiddle, one accent. Or I could play it as right hand paradiddle diddles. 1, 2, 3, 4s now. 1 E and the 2 E. Back to 6s. 4. You see, I'm throwing all these rudiments in there. But then, you know, if you really come to it, all they are is a combination of singles and doubles. No flams yet. So once you fool around, you warm up, you loosen up with the table of time, I would actually try to challenge the table of time, at least up to the groupings of 6. Put your timer on. You see my little cute little timer? I have 3 or 4 of these guys. I think I paid $9 for this 10 years ago. I bought this at Ace Hardware. Never had to change a battery. So now, get yourself a timer and say, okay, I want to work on the table of time. You put the timer on, say 10 minutes. You're already starting at a tempo. Say you feel good at 70. I'm going to do it for a little bit. And this is what you should do when you have your timer going on. I'm going to play the groupings of 1 to groupings of 6 and back to 1s. 1. 16ths. 5. Back. Anyway, do that for 5 minutes without making a mistake. Sure, no problem. We'll talk a little bit. So you want to do that, say, for 10 minutes. Or if you don't want to do it for 10 minutes, do it for 5 minutes at a tempo. No mistakes. Now, once you've accomplished that, and believe me, you're going to be strong. You go to one of these sheets. I would highly recommend doing number 48 first. That's just alternating strokes. You're doing combinations of 16th notes and then groupings of 6. Now you do that again for 2 or 3 minutes, okay? No problem. Okay? So, then you attack formula number 48. And if you look at, let's see, let me get line 5. Everybody have the stick control formula number 48? These clips. Now it's hard to talk and concentrate and do this stuff because this is not your everyday practical craziness. It is crazy. Now if you look at line 5, it is, I got this from the paradiddle. What I'm doing, all right, is I'm doing a grouping of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 4. You see what I'm doing with that? Okay? Take each line separately. I don't expect, we're just going to hang out with number 48 now. And then tonight we'll attack 47. But practice. Now, jar. I don't send nobody no payment requests, okay? Now, here's what I'm doing. You want the PDFs for stick control, and I'll send it also with the, you should buy a bundle is what you should do. The bundle consists, and then Facebook would not let me post this for some reason or other. You see, Paul? Make up your own combinations of 4s, 5s. Let me address this right now, okay? What you need to do, if you buy the bundle, now, I mean, I put this out there yesterday on Facebook. I must have sold 20 copies. And I got to print some more up now, all right? What I'm offering is if you buy the stick control book formula and you buy the syncopation formulas, which is what, 45 and 35 is $80, okay? And if you bought the PDFs, it'd be another $45. It's a lot of money. So I'm offering just right now, it's sort of a promotional thing. If you bought the 2 books, and you'll get the 2 sets of PDFs, okay, for $70. Only if you send it to me as a gift. And because if you sign up and register on my site, I will definitely send you a workbook as well. What you have to do is go to PayPal. Say you want to send money. You're sending it to me. You have my email, send it to my email. Okay? Send it as a gift, whatever amount that you want. You want to buy the bundle, and that's 2 books and 2 sets of PDFs. What did I say, $70? That's not bad. I put that out there. I mean, I told you I must have sent 10, 20 copies. Unbelievable. That's what I've been doing all day. Sending PDFs out, taking addresses, and I have to go to the post office after this. Okay? And if you sign up on mattpatellallivelessons.com, I'll send you a workbook as well. Only the PDFs. Okay? Now, Jesus, it's 1:30. Now, guys, before we do tonight's lesson, please do the table of time, find it with the metronome, say, all right, 5 minutes with the tempo that you choose. You do it for 5 minutes. However, if you make a mistake before the 5 minutes is over, no way. Start again until you pass the 5 minutes. No mistakes. Now, once you do that, then say, okay, let me do one measure of groupings of 4, one measure of groupings of 5. Got it? For 2 or 3 minutes with the metronome. Then do the page. And there's nothing on that page you guys can't do. It's telling you 4s, 5, 5, 5. 4, 5, 4, 4. You see it. You guys agree with that? Ningadabanga. Do we agree with it, gentlemen, ladies? Stacy, you've been quiet. Mike, you've been quiet. And where's the new guy? Where is he? Mike. I can't see that. Shamil? Shamul? All right, so you're not going to rush into it. It's something you can't really teach that fast. You have to prep yourself. That's what I wanted to do today. Okay, now what I'm going to do tonight is we're going to do line by line by line. I got to stop talking so much only because of the fact that when I'm doing this and tell you my change that I'm doing, it takes my concentration away. These are not everyday things. These are difficult. Especially for somebody who doesn't who hasn't done it before. I mean, I've done it, but I'm trying to prepare the next line, trying to talk through that, and it's hard to do. So, like I said, do the table of time for 5 minutes where you're comfortable, tempo-wise. Do it up to 6s. Go back to line 1, down to 6s. Line 1 to 6s. Okay? For 5 minutes, no mistake. If you make a mistake before the 5-minute interval, start again. Now you do this for a while, you're going to be amazed at what happens to your timing. You're going to get solid. You understand that, Jimmy, or are you playing your saxophone again? You know, we have some really talented people in here. You know, Stacy, you play the bass, the guitar, drums, the bagpipes, and the accordion. That's a lot. I know Jimmy plays the saxophone and the drums, but he's got to get it together. Like, you know, when he's taking the drum lesson, get the saxophone, put it away. Put your drumsticks in your hands. Okay, Jimmy? And Mike, the new guy, you're going to email me? I'll send you the PDFs. Are you there, Mike? I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. Mike Shamul? Is that it? All right, I've been on here almost an hour. Well, 50 minutes. So we're going to be back tonight at 7 p.m. Maybe I'll be here a little early. And I missed you guys, man, from last week. Maybe I should keep doing 4 days instead of 2, only because, you know, I'm doing a lot of yard work. My wife's got my whole day planned. You're listening, but are you sure, Jimmy? Okay, so now, I don't need that, Jim. Anyway, so far, I have Stacy and Mike Lewis will be coming to camp here. I don't know when that will be. We're going to come up with a date. Okay, Stacy? Okay, Mike? And Jimmy, you're going to come. Or I will come to Boston. You ever hear of the Boston Massacre? Just kidding. Okay, guys, I'm going to sign off until tonight, 7 p.m. And guys, email me. Okay? Any questions before I leave? Sound good to you, Stacy? You and Mike?
Well, no, I changed. Who's this, Joe Marone? I change topics. Of course I do. I don't stay on the same thing. This week, we haven't been on the drum pad for a while. So I'm only doing two days a week in the months of July and August. I usually do four days a week. And I said this week, because we've been doing a lot of drum set stuff, we've been doing a lot of it, and I've been neglecting the hands. So we're going to do the hands today and tomorrow. Now next week, okay, Stacy, not a problem. All right, PayPal me whatever the amount is as a gift. Paul, oh, who's that? Joe? Joe, where are you from? Well, like I said, Joe, I'm doing this topic today on stick control formulas 47 and 48, doing the odd times. Now, if you email me, I'll send you the PDFs. Jimmy, just put my email down. Thank you, Jimmy. And this week's agenda is just on the drum pad. Next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, I will be on the drum set. Like I said, Phoenix, okay, you're close by, about 4,000 miles away. No problem. All right, if you want to purchase my publications, purchase them. You know, just email me. Do you have my email there? And I'll give you all the details. I'm running a bundle this time. Okay, so now, oof, enough is enough. I have to, geez, all these books I got to take to the post office. I got to get a secretary. Anybody want to be a secretary? Michael Lewis, you there? Joe, how long you been playing? All right, email me. Guys, have a good rest of the day, and we'll see everyone tonight, 7 p.m. That's quite a while. What kind of music you play, Joe? Are you a jazz musician? Cover tune, rock, funk, what? What do you play? Big band? Email me, Joe. We'll talk on there, okay? I need to get off now. So email me. There's my email. We'll talk a little bit. Okay, guys, have a good rest of the day.